when I touch you like this, and I hold you like that. It's so hard to believe, but it's all coming back to me.
At 18, she couldn't speak English. Now, at 28, she's being called the next Barbara Streisand. Her name? Celine Dion. And in just the last 2.5 years alone, she has sold over 27 million albums. Tonight, for the first time, behind closed doors, on tour with Celine Dion.
Because you
On stage and off, I found the Canadian-born entertainer to be everything you'd want her to be: talented, accessible, and energized. In most cities, following her encore, Celine is escorted off stage by her personal bodyguard. She changes out of costume and then, as soon as possible, is whisked via limousine to the airport. Because her midnight travel schedule rarely jives with commercial airlines, Celine has a private Lear jet standing by to get her from concert to concert. She usually arrives in the next town by 3 a.m. Most nights, she won't be asleep until at least 4:30 in the morning. Her wake-up call? Not before 2 p.m. on concert days. We caught up with Celine the next day at 3 in the afternoon as she left her hotel, en route to a 9 o'clock concert in Cleveland, Ohio. Just one of 100 performances she'll give on this tour.
Bye-bye. My pleasure.
You've been performing since you were 5 years old. I mean, out there on stage at 12 years old. So you had to think about, gee, one day, you know, maybe I'll be like a really big international star. Is it what you thought it would be?
I'm always afraid to, but I'm going to tell you, but I don't want that to sound pretentious.
Okay.
At 5 years old, I wanted that to be big. I wanted to be part of the biggest singers in the world. I wanted to travel the world. I wanted to be here in America and sing for as many people as possible. I wanted to sing and talk with you. I wanted to have cameramans in my car. I wanted, it's not a surprise for me today. It's like, oh my God, what's happening? No, it's like, yes.
Celine was born and raised in the small French-Canadian village of Charlemagne, Quebec. She was the youngest of 14 children. By the time she was 12, she had sent out dozens of demo tapes. All were flatly rejected. But one local music producer, René Angelil, decided to listen.
The song was called Ce n'était qu'un rêve, which means it was only a dream. And it's about a little girl that has this dream of becoming an artist, a star one day.
And this is the original recording. The dream started to come true when René mortgaged his home to start his own record company. His only client, 12-year-old Celine Dion. He became her manager, producer, and mentor. The albums they recorded sold millions in France and Canada. At 14, she was a sensation. Celine left school and chased her dream. You worked together for years and came and went through a lot. When did you all of a sudden realize that the two of you were in love with each other?
First of all, don't get me wrong. I was not in love with him when I was 12 years old. We were not in love romantically together. I was a baby. I didn't even know what it was. And then I was about 19. It was like a kiss goodnight, good night, good night. And it was different.
It looked like a royal wedding when Celine and René were married in 1994. It was an event that garnered worldwide attention and was televised live throughout Canada.
Ooh, baby.
It's about 3 hours right now before showtime. And even before the audience begins to assemble outside, behind closed doors, Celine has already begun to perform. Each concert on this 100-city tour begins with about a 45-minute technical sound check.
Stood there when you were a young boy. Did you have a puppet? Roll those down,
Celle-là et Céline.
Because of a dramatic incident that almost ended her career, this sound check is just one of a series of exercises designed to prepare and protect her voice.
8 years ago, she lost her voice while she was performing, and I rushed backstage. She fell into my arms crying, and she couldn't speak anymore. Nothing was coming out.
You don't speak on your days off.
Go to your doctor and he says, you want to sing all your life? You do exactly what I'm telling you to do. Every time you have a break, a day off, don't talk for nothing. You rest your voice. And when I say I don't talk for my mom, I don't talk for Renee, I don't talk for nobody.
So what do you do on your ends?
For example, 1 knock is yes, 2 knocks is no,
I love you.
and the rest is history.
The rest is not going to be
Just
told to
not
us
gonna be
tonight.
told. No. For every show, I train vocally. It's like an athlete, you know. You have to train those muscles.
Oh, you have to hit a certain note. Okay, I'm out.
She's so good.
Joan, can you replay?
Joan. Sometimes I do my vocal exercise in my room at the hotel. The person, the room next to this, like, it's like, what is she doing, this girl? You know, it sounds quite weird. But anyway, I have to do what I have to do. It's about 13, 14 years ago.
An hour before showtime, Celine puts on her own stage makeup. Everybody looks at you and they see this beautiful, talented superstar. You're looking in the mirror. What do you see?
I'm not looking at myself like in the mirror like this, you know. I'm like, okay.
What do you want to do?
We'll fix that. We'll
What do
like
you wanna
this and oh, come on, you know, honey, I want a smaller nose, I want a bigger eyes, I want a fuller lips, I want more boobs, I want more. You know what? Come on. You know, should I? I'm a normal girl, you know. You got it.
Less than half an hour before she performs, her sister Manon styles her hair.
Take your time, but do it fast, you know.
From the moment she left her dressing room, I noticed a visible change. Still having to warm up her voice, she's like a fighter ready for the ring. But before she goes on, backstage, Celine has to go through her superstitious rituals, including her secret thumb shakes with each member of the crew.
You know what? I have to do it twice with Paul tonight.
As she approached the wings of the stage, it was as if a switch was flipped and her mood changed dramatically. 2 minutes before showtime, Celine Dion was very nervous.
You're gonna be backstage, right?
Yeah, we're gonna do a little thing right here, right as you go out. Have a good one. 9 p.m., Celine Dion goes to work. And for the next 2 hours, this is where she lives her dream.
Or when you do a performance on stage, you know if you're good or not. You know if you can do better or not. I know I did my very best. I know I had a great time. That's the only thing to me that counts. And I don't want the fans to come with their kids and say, she's great, but you should have seen her when she was 25 years old.
Thank you so much, Cleveland! Thank you!
It's okay to have your heads in the clouds, but you need to feel the earth. It's very important that your 2 feet remains on the ground. I want to sing all my life. That's why I don't want a hit. I want a career. And if it's commercial or not, we sell or not, I'm in studio, I do my song. If it touches the audience, I'm in business.
For all those times you stood by me, for all the truth that you made me see, for all the joy you brought to my life, for all the wrong that you made right.
I see her perform today. A part of me still sees her like the 12-year-old when she came into that office. And believe me, she didn't change. There's still this little 12-year-old in her right now today.
I'm everything I am, 'cause you loved me. Oh, I'm everything I am, because you. Cleveland, you're the best! I love you!
Good show, sweetie.
Celine has only a moment to catch her breath. Before she can leave the arena, it's back to work. First, Celine personally thanks each of her local guest performers.
Very best. And hopefully we can do some gospel thing one day.
Then she has a meet and greet where family members, VIPs, and record company guests all get handshakes, pictures, and autographs.
Like this. You are
And I'm 87 years old.
You know how old I am? I'm 85 years old.
87.
That's the one.
Hi guys, I'm sorry for interrupting your work. I just want to say thank you to all of you. You did a great show tonight like usual. Take care, I love you. Bye-bye.
Celine Dion, behind closed doors.